nice and healthy there. No issues there.
B-H-L-E.
Good. And then when I place this lens in front, would you say that that makes it worse?
It feels further away.
So if I place the lens in, so have a look at it now. Yeah. And I show you that bottom line again. If you hold this text, look down through the glasses. Right, you can still, can you see all that? That's quite comfortable.
Yeah.
You can see that there, yeah?
Yeah.
Ready again? Just look straight ahead for me for a moment. And again, it's going to take a pic. You will see the green cross to the side. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yep. Keep very still at that point and just look at the middle of the green cross. So this is your right retina, macular area, and it's nice and healthy, okay? So now let's look at your left eye, okay? Just as beautiful.
Even probably these ones are quite similar. I'll just take it off.
What about something different like this? Like it's sort of almost like an octagonal. But these ones, they've got that nice round. Have a look in the mirror. So you can see that you can't really see the blue filter, obviously.
Can't tell, yeah.
You can't really see it obviously. Does that make sense? Hi there, come and take a seat for me.
Thank you.
So how are you doing? We saw you about a year ago, just over a year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, August, was it? No, yeah, June last year, actually.
Yeah, gosh, just
Time's
over
gone,
a year.
isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Oh, June last year, yeah.
It's flown really quickly.
Yeah. Are you well?
I'm well, yeah, I'm
So
good.
what brings you back to us again?
Yeah, just a general checkup. I was saying slightly off camera, but I've been wearing these to work, but the issue now is I'm also using them at home to watch telly and things like that. And it sounds so, again, I was saying like first world problem, but I really want another pair because I get to work and then I realise I've left my glasses at home next to television.
It's a pain, isn't it?
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
I would also just like to check they're up to date.
Yeah. Now, remember last time we met, back a year ago, I had told you your prescription had changed. Yeah. But you didn't get them changed. So
no,
they're the ones from a few years ago.
They are.
So there was a change last time. So let's see what the change is. So these were back from 2010? No, sorry. 20, roughly, 3 years, you said?
Yeah, because it was before the pandemic, so early 2020, I think.
Okay, got you, yeah. And at that time, these work. Do they still work for you when you do put them on?
I do still see a lot better with them on.
Yeah. You haven't noticed any change in, say, vision with your 2020 glasses?
So the thing is, I think they still work, but then with what we did last time, I can tell that it's almost like an upgrade when we do the test. But then, because I didn't buy the frames and stuff last time, I almost can't remember too well.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll recheck it. So we'll start off by checking your vision with this.
Yeah.
And then we'll sort of look and see what changes there are. You haven't felt there were changes then?
When wearing these, I can still see.
That's fine.
Fine, yeah.
Good. And is your general health still good?
Yeah. If not better, the headaches have almost completely gone.
Great. I was going to ask you about that. How are the headaches?
So I think the biggest thing was on my monitor at work, there wasn't like a blue screen filter. Is it blue screen? Sorry. Yeah, blue screen filter. But I put it on night mode. And
it's easier for you, is it?
It's so good. And the headaches were just instant.
Oh, that's really good. So the headaches have reduced now. Okay, that's really good.
The glasses at work, really, really good.
And these are what you wear at work then?
Yeah, but again, on and off.
Because you're keeping them at home.
I do watch television a lot more. I feel like that's my bigger priority.
And are you on any medication at all?
No, just supplements.
Okay,
and
that's fine.
And
any visits to eye casualty, eye history, anything that's happened this past 18 year or so?
No,
for your eyes?
Nothing for my eyes, no.
And anyone in the family developed any new eye history from the last time? Because when I met you last time, there was no real significant history.
No.
So everything seems okay?
No, just... my mum's just got the stigmatism, but
that's okay.
It.
That's not a sort of a pathology or it's not a medical history. It's just the correction.
Yeah. Okay.
But nothing new from there. Okay. So the headaches are definitely better.
Yeah.
You're not getting any sort of double vision, no flashes or floaters in your vision.
No.
Good.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd definitely be interested in buying some new frames though.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, let's start off with looking at what's... I know what the prescription is in here because we tested it last time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put this prescription into this frame.
Okay.
And then we'll test it from there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then see what changes there are. So we had noted changes last time, but it was minuscule. It wasn't a huge change. So
Yeah.
you didn't really need to change it, you know?
Yeah.
But if we're going to make up another pair anyway, I would put the latest prescription in,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah, I think you were the first person to notice, I can't remember which eye it is, that I had, there was some sort of one of the eyes had some, I think it was astigmatism.
It was the astigmatism, but it was a small one, yes.
Yeah.
I noticed it in the left eye.
Yeah, but I remember being amazed. It was the first time I'd actually known that.
Well, we'll check it again today.
Yeah.
Now, if you could just pop your hair behind your ears, and then I'll just put these frames on you, if that's okay.
Thank you.
Just going to level it up. Is that sort of comfy enough, do you think?
Yeah.
Just want to take a measurement. If you just look at me for a minute, just look at this eye first. And look at this eye. That's great. Okay. And that feels comfortable, yeah?
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Okay. Right, so if you look straight ahead for me at the letter chart, just bear with me while so I'm going to place in the frame what you currently have in your glasses, okay?
Okay.
But before I do that, if you look at the chart now, it's pretty fuzzy, is it?
Oh God, yeah. It's so bad.
Can you see anything at all, any letters, or not particularly?
I think if I do.
Don't squint though.
Oh.
All right, let me push it up to larger letters. So, how about there? Can you make that top line out?
They're not clear, but I can guess what they are.
Go on, give the top line a go.
So it's an A, an E, an N, an L, and an S.
Okay, and then after that, it's a bit more difficult.
Yeah, then it's whether it's an F or an E. I'm just getting a bit unsure.
All right, so this is the lens that's in your current glasses, okay? And I'm going to put a normal letter chart up now, 1 second. So this is our standard letter chart here, okay? So with that in place, how far down can you go?
I can, I think, read all of it. Just
try the bottom?
Bottom is a bit blurry.
Or try the second bottom first.
Okay. P, A, V, H, Z.
Right. Do you think it's just as good when I do that?
Worse, I think, with that. Yeah.
Just slightly worse?
Just slightly worse.
Compared to that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. So if you now, I'm going to make you slightly fuzzier here. Okay, so if I put this lens in here, that's going to make you quite fuzzy. Yeah?
Yeah.
So if I show you another chart, yeah, how far down can you go now?
Maybe the third one.
Give it a go.
P, E, Z, B, F.
It's difficult, isn't it, after that? That's great, that's good. Okay, that's great. Now, if you go to the top line for me.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just trying to get a round target for you. Bear with me. Right, can you see that letter C?
C.
Yeah, we can see the C, can't we?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to make it a bit sharper. Look at the C for me,
Yep.
okay? And I'm going to show you 2 lenses, yeah? Lens 1 and lens 2.
Okay.
If you tell me whether lens 1 or 2 is sharper, okay? So is the C sharper under lens 1, lens 2, or neither really? That's 1 compared to 2.
I think 2 is sharper.
1, just comparing. 2 is slightly sharper.
Yeah.
2, yeah. So again, when I do that again 1 and 2, okay? Yeah. So this is the lens. Okay, so once again, looking at the C, yeah? Which is sharper now? 1 or 2?
Yeah, still 2.
2, yeah? That's great. Okay, good. That's excellent. And if we look at the letter chart now, you can still see that bottom line, yeah?
Yes.
Give it a go.
C, B, H, L, E.
Good. And then when I place this lens in front, would you say that that makes it worse?
It feels further away.
So if I place the lens in, so have a look at it now, yeah? And I show you that bottom line again. and then I show it to you without it.
I can't really tell the difference.
Good. Try the bottom again.
S-O-Z-N-D.
Good. You're still seeing that, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so I'm going to take that away. I'm going to put that next lens in. Now looking at the bottom line, would you say that's worse?
Yeah.
Compared to if I took it away?
Yeah, away is much better.
Great. All right, so we're going to do the same with the left now, okay? So this is your left eye without anything in front. That's quite fuzzy, isn't it? Okay.
Feels so bad now.
Okay, I'm going to now put up what's in your current glasses, okay? All right?
Okay.
So that's what's in your current glasses. If you're looking at the letter chart again, how far down can you go?
I think I can read the bottom, yeah.
You can, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
And once again, is that just as good? Or is it better without?
I feel like it's better without.
Just without, yeah? That's
Yeah.
great. So once again, I'm just going to get you to look at the top line, yeah? See that letter G there?
Yeah.
Just watch the G. I'm just going to make it just a bit more distinct there, yeah?
Yeah.
So looking at the G, I'm going to show you again the G under lens 1 and 2. Just tell me which one makes it just that bit sharper, okay? So this is lens 1, yeah, compared to lens 2. That's 1 compared to 2, or very similar. 1 and 2.
I think 1 is better.
Slightly, yeah?
Only slightly, yeah.
Okay, so again, I'm going to put the lens in, all right? Just bear with me. Can you still see that letter G?
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, do you think it looks sharper under 1 or 2? That's number 1, yeah, compared to 2, or about the same.
Number 1, I think.
1, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to, again, show you the bottom line. Now, you can see that there, can't you?
Yeah.
Or can you? Have a look. Try that now.
I can't tell if it's a C or a G.
Go on.
G, P, D, Z, S.
Do you think this makes a difference?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's...
Sharpens it up, yeah?
It is. It's a C,
C,
isn't
yes,
it? Yeah.
exactly, yeah. So read it now.
C, P,
Yeah.
O or D?
Yeah. D.
Oh, D, Z, S.
Good. And does that make much difference
Yes.
compared to that?
Yes, yes, it's slightly better.
Slightly, okay. So let me just try it first. Actually, I'll try the bottom line again. Try that bottom line now. It's a slightly different arrangement.
G, S, C, H, N.
Yeah. And then if I took that away, would you say that's worse in comparison to that?
I'm not sure.
Because initially you said it was better, but
Yeah,
it's whether you
they're
think
quite similar. It's
similar.
like the same difference.
What about when I compare it to that one?
Oh, this one feels better, yeah.
Sharper, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So try that bottom line again.
L, B, G, Z, D.
A bit clearer, isn't it?
Yeah.
So again, I'm going to make you fuzzy, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to take that away, and I want you to tell me how far down you can go.
I can do the top.
That's about it, yeah? Then it's fuzzy, isn't it? Yeah.
It is,
okay,
yeah.
All right. So again, I'm just going to put up the lens. 1 second, and take that away. And put this on. And that helps you to see that bottom line again, yeah?
Yeah, it's lovely and clear.
Now, let me just show you this extra lens again. Do you see much difference now between 1, yeah, and 2? Or not really?
I think 1 is better.
Compared to 2, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see that better, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So now, are you ready with both eyes? Blink a few times. That's a bit of a shock, isn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Both eyes open. You can still see that, can't you? Yeah.
Yeah, super clear.
Right, so I'm going to make one eye fuzzy, okay?
Okay.
All right. So looking at the bottom line again, okay?
Yeah.
You can see that, can't you?
Yeah.
Now, would you say that that's just as clear, or is it better without?
Better without.
Okay. So I'm now going to swap it over. All right. Once again, ready? Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it just as clear or better without?
I can't tell much difference.
About the same?
About the same.
Okay, so I'm going to do that again. Let me just take that away. There. So once again, you can still see that there, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And would you say that now it makes it better or worse compared to that one?
Better without. I
Without,
think,
yeah, this time. Better without, yeah?
Yeah, it's bolder without.
Yeah, and then with both eyes open, blink a few times. That's a lot more comfortable there, yeah?
Yeah, it's very
okay,
clear.
Good. So that is your sort of latest prescription for today. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, compared to what you've got in your glasses, again, it's that same difference I found last year.
Okay.
All right, so I think this time, when we make the glasses up,
Yeah.
we should make them up to the latest prescription. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so you can now see that bottom line. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you look at this line here, just look at this letter there, which is the V, yeah. Concentrate on the V, okay? And just watch the V for me, okay? Keep watching the V. That's perfect. That's wonderful, that's great. And now I'm going to ask you to look at this text, yeah?
Yeah.
If you hold this text, look down through the glasses, right? You can still, can you see all that? That's quite comfortable.
Yeah.
You can see that there, yeah?
Yeah.
And if you stretch your arms out to where your computer screen is normally,
Here.
is that roughly how far it is?
That's a good question. Maybe slightly further. Yeah.
About there? Can you still see N10 there?
Oh yeah.
You can. And some at the bottom, yeah, as well.
Yeah.
Good.
I can see it all. Just
That's great.
And 6 is smaller.
Now, if I took this away, now try and look at it further away. That's a lot further, that's harder to see.
Yeah.
So that's why the glasses would actually benefit you.
Definitely.
Okay, but if you saw it here, you can definitely see it better, can't you?
Oh, definitely.
So that's the thing, is your glasses are roughly about a -1.
Okay.
Yeah, which means that you could focus up to, I think, you know, maybe about, say, 50 centimetres quite comfortably.
Yeah.
But anything beyond that,
Yeah.
you're going to get fuzzy vision without the glass, which is why, if you look at it here, it's still comfortable here, isn't it?
Definitely N10.
Tell me when it goes fuzzy.
N10.
Yeah.
Oh, starting now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this then is beyond the focal length of -1, basically. Yeah. So therefore, the glasses are good for your computer screen.
Yeah.
But say if you needed to use it for close, you can still have them on, but you can take them off as well.
I don't really need them up
because
close.
what it is, it's sort of basically the -1 will effectively allow you to see up to about 60 centimetres
Okay.
without needing them. But beyond that, you'd need them to see.
Yeah.
Okay, because you're short-sighted, as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So when you're looking at close, you can have them on or have them off. That's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah. But beyond the sort of 60-ish centimetres, you need to have them on in order.
Okay.
And you saw that yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So
it starts to
exactly,
get a bit...
exactly. Now, can I get you to look at my ruler here? If you look at the letter F for me, just watch the F carefully. Keep watching the F. That's perfect. And blink. Perfect. Okay. I'm just going to get that back on again. And I'll get you to watch the F again, okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
So once again, look at this letter F. That's wonderful. Keep watching F. Keep watching F. Keep watching F. Keep watching F. That's great. That's wonderful. Thank you. So your eye muscles are working nicely and healthily.
That's good.
No problems there. Okay. I'll just jot that down. So in a nutshell, yes, the prescription the one that you're wearing has definitely changed, and I saw that last year, and it's still that same one, so it hasn't got worse.
That's good then,
Yeah,
since last year.
Yeah, exactly. So it's consistent, but I think this time, because you want a second pair, should be based on today's prescription rather than, because then your other one is too outdated now, you know.
So like with the old one, is it?
You can still carry on with it.
The bottom line that it's
No,
not
the old
working
one
on.
you can still see, but the old one you're wearing -125. Your current one, meaning today, I'm getting you at -1. So actually you're wearing something that's slightly too strong for you. A tad too strong.
That's
Just
so
a tad though, but only a
interesting.
quarter.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so it's not a huge difference.
Yeah.
And then the left eye, you know the astigmatism I found last year, it's the same. I'm still getting the quarter in the left eye. That hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your current prescription as a secondary pair is fine.
Yeah.
You know.
The one I probably use a bit less.
Yes, it's the one that's now would be the one you would really go to for computers and things, because that is not as strong.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're not having symptoms with the old one, so I'm not too worried if you, you know, if you swap and change. But I would stick to what's current, really, personally. I think. Yeah.
So the newer one is best for computer as opposed to
no,
the
both
television?
of them. No, both of them should be used for computers and.
Okay.
Because as I told you, the older one is too strong for you.
Yeah.
By a quarter of a unit, it's too strong.
I was just wondering.
But it's not going to do you any harm.
Right. Okay.
Because you know you're not having headaches with it.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So if you wanted to invest in two, change both of them.
Okay. Yeah,
the
that's
one
also an option, I guess.
Yeah, or just change the one. If you only wanted to spend money on one, the one that's important is the one that you're going to use the most of the time, which is on the computer and thing.
Yeah.
Because you just want one by the bedside, don't you? I mean, by the TV.
And I probably use it for like maybe an hour.
Yeah, so the TV one can stick with the old one if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's the one that you're going to take around with you. It's better to have that updated because that's the one to your prescription today.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to do that.
And then if you've got the sort of blue filters or whatever you want on it, it'll just give you less strain as well. Okay, but we can talk about that after. Yeah, you can. Yeah, we'll talk about that afterwards.
I wanted to do that.
Yeah, you can have it on the lens. I've got it on. I've got it here. Look, my own lenses.
Oh, I'm so happy. I've been looking online.
When I'm on my computer, can you see my blue filter? Can you see that blue?
What is it? The colour. Can
you see that
the
tint?
blue light.
Yeah. So that's what it is. The blue filter, it takes out the blue from the computer. So this is my computer pair.
Oh, I'm so happy.
So when I'm on my computer, I wear this one because it's got that extra protection to take off that extra, bright light.
Yeah.
So I use it myself for when I do a lot of computer work. Yeah.
Okay, I'll definitely
so it's
try and
something
get
that
that one.
we'll chat about that afterwards. Okay, so that's good news. I mean, the good news is that your prescription is actually very stable. Yeah, and the one you've got currently, your own ones, are definitely outdated by a quarter of a unit. They're a bit too strong for you.
Okay.
So it's best that we get you into the correct prescription now.
Yeah.
Right, now, and your eye muscles are fine, so I've got no issues with that. Now, let's have a look at the health of your eye. So we're going to start off by looking, if you remember, we looked at the back, front of your eye. We'll do your eye pressures, then we'll move on to look at the back of the eye. We now have a special scanner available to you. It's called an OCT. And what that is basically a 3D image of the back of your eye. So now your retina, which is like the film, isn't it, of your eye. The retina has got many layers. Now, when you do a 2D image, you're only seeing sort of the top area of the retina. What this does is does a 3D image of the back layers. Yeah. So it's a bit like, iceberg. So the iceberg, you can see it, can't you? But underneath, you can only see if you go down. So that's exactly what it is. It's literally, it looks at the bottom part of your iceberg.
Okay.
So it's doing that for the eye.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a 3D image of your retina. So it's great for things like, diseases like, macular degeneration, for example, which of course it affects more older people, so we don't obviously have to worry about that. But that's just an example. It allows us to see macular degeneration, whether it's dry or wet. There are different types of macular degeneration. It also helps us diagnose or early diagnose something called glaucoma. Now, glaucoma is a disease of the eye which is characterized by raised pressure. It's also characterized by the optic nerve, which is at the back of the eye, damaged.
Okay.
Yeah. And another feature is the peripheral vision, which we're going to do in a minute, is reduced. Now, when the peripheral vision is reduced, the optic nerve has already been damaged. Do you understand? So you don't want to get to the stage where because that's not that's irreversible.
Right.
So what this OCT does, especially in family histories of glaucoma, I would definitely advise it for that, is we do a 3D scan of the optic nerve, and it basically lets me know whether the optic nerve you have is within what we call norm.
Okay.
Yeah. If it is showing signs of abnormality, we would then start to get the referral process quickened. Do you understand? To see an eye specialist.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the thing is, with, for example, glaucoma, just because you've got high pressure, it doesn't mean you've got glaucoma.
Like you could just have high pressure.
Yeah, you could just have high eye pressure. It's a great tool to have, definitely. And actually, it helps us with, referrals. So you don't want to refer falsely to the NHS because the NHS already is so clogged up,
Yeah.
So it basically cuts down to business really quickly.
What exactly it
Exactly,
is.
and then we can send the scan to the NHS referral service, saying, look, this is what I've seen. And then they know you're referring because something is going on, not because you think. You see, whereas the 2D scan doesn't really, it gives us a general, but not the depth that you need.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do as well on you, just to make sure everything is healthy.
Oh,
all right?
thank you.
So I'll start off by looking at the front of your eye.
Okay.
All right. So we did this before for you as well. So pop your chin on that rest for me. Head press forward. Open your eyes nice and wide. And if you just look straight ahead, I'm just going to look at the front of your eye. This just helps me see the front to see if there's any issues there. Your front looks quite good. I'm just going to have a quick scan first, just looking at it. Good, if you sit back for a second. Now I'm just going to pop some gloves on, and then I'm just going to sort of touch your lids, okay?
Yeah.
Look up to the ceiling. Just looking. Look down for me. Open your eyes nice and wide. Front of your eye looks nice and healthy there. No issues there. So that's perfect, that's fine. You can sit back for me.
Thank you.
I'm now going to look at, take the pressures of your eye. It's like a puff of air that's blown in the eye. We did that last time, if you remember.
Yes.
So with the left eye, I want you to look into this hole, okay? And you'll see a dot there. Can you see a green
dot? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to puff, literally puff some air at you 3 times, okay? Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go, just keep looking at it. Good. Ready again? Good. And one more time, and then we're done with this eye. Perfect. Good. Nice and low. That's great. Now let's do the right eye. So move along a little bit. Got it there? Yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So same thing again, yeah? Here we go. Keep your eyes wide open. I'll have to do that again, yeah? Ready again?
Mm-hmm.
Try and keep them open. Perfect. Another one. Good. And just one more time. I'll try and do one more. Good, perfect. So your pressures are nice and low. It's 11 and 11.3.
Okay.
So that's healthy.
That's
okay?
good.
And that's what I was talking about, pressures, yeah?
Right.
So in this instrument, under sort of 24 is effectively normal.
Oh,
yeah?
that's great then.
Yeah, and in fact, under 15 is even better. So that's you're within the norms. So you don't have to worry. Yeah? So that's what I mean by pressures. But generally, you would worry about pressure if you've got a family history of glaucoma. Right. And you didn't note that in your history. So I'm not worried, to be honest.
That's good.
Right, so now we're going to take you over to the other part of the practice, where we're going to do the field of vision, which is like mapping the optic nerve as it travels from the back of the eye to the back of the brain. Your visual area is at the back here. So it just maps out the nerve and the way it sort of sees different light levels. Once we've done that, we'll then do the 3D scan that I was discussing.
Okay,
all right?
Thank you.
Okay, come and take a seat there for me.
Thank you.
And just pull yourself forward towards this machine. So this is our visual field machine, okay? Again, we've cleaned it up from the last patient. That's your button, so hang on to that for me, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to patch up your left eye like a pirate patch, yeah? And we're going to do one eye at a time, okay? So now I'll explain how it works.
Okay.
Let me just get it all organised.
I like this one. I think it's the one that felt a bit like a game.
Yeah, it is like a game. So this is that one that I was telling you about, where it maps out your optic nerve's pathway.
Okay.
You know, the way it sees light. Okay. So what I'm going to do, and it also looks at your peripheral vision, but the main thing it does is just make sure that your optic nerve is healthy.
Okay.
So I'm just going to move your hair out. If you just pop your hair out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to place this over your left eye, like it's a pirate patch, yeah? Okay. So now your forehead must go against that bar there. Lean forward a little bit. Forehead, not your chin, your forehead there, yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And put that by your knee so you're comfy. Yeah. All right. Now, during the test, follow the red light, okay? And for every green light you see, whether it's dull or whether it's bright, press the button. So say you see 3 green lights, you press it 3 times.
Okay.
If you see 2, press it twice. Got the idea?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to set you up, yeah? Just bear with me. Give me a second to set it to the right place. And I'll tell you when it will start, okay? So are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. We're about to start soon. Bear with me.
For each green light, push the button once. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Keep going, okay?
Follow the red light. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2. Follow the red light. You're doing great. 1. 1. 1. 1. You're doing well. 1. 1, 2. 1. 1. 1, 2.
Okay.
Exam complete.
So now we're going to do the same thing again, but the other eye, yeah?
Okay.
Can you pop the... That's it, that's great. Hang on, close your eye. Let me just adjust it because you've just... Okay. Is that all right?
Yeah.
So on to the right-hand side now. 1 second. Not your chin.
Oh, I
your
keep doing
forehead.
that.
Yep. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So we're starting again, yeah?
Yeah.
Here we go. We're about to start now.
For each green light, push the button once. 1, 2, 3, 4. Follow the red light. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2. 1. 1. 1. You're doing well. 1, 2. 1. 1. 1, 2. 1. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1. Follow the red light. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. You're doing fine. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1.
Great, that's excellent.
Exam
So sit back
complete.
for me. So if you just pop that just in there,
Yeah.
take your patch off there, okay? So take the patch off. Now, if we put the patch in there, but the tissue in the bin over there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, we'll get that, let that print out. Let's now take a picture that we did last time on the machine over there. Yeah?
I take this
Yeah,
over.
please. Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's come out very well. So this is your field of vision. And
Okay.
that seems to have come out really well.
Oh, that's good.
That's nice and healthy.
Yeah.
Very similar to what you had last time.
Okay.
All right, that's great. Come and sit over here now. So this is the picture that we did for you the last time, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to just repeat that, and then we'll do the 3D scan. Press your forehead forward. Open your eyes nice and wide, and you'll see in front of you like a green sort of dot, yeah?
Yep.
Could you stare at that for me? And keep very still, and there's going to be a flash of light, yeah? That's perfect, actually. Let me just have a look. Make sure all is well. I'll just do that again. You just blinked at the time.
Oh, no.
Okay, no, it's all right. It can happen. It's a bit bright. Keep very still again. Let's see if I can grab it before the blink. Beautiful, lovely image there.
Yeah.
And then we'll do that again. Give it a second to recover. Right, give me a moment again. That's almost done. It is bright, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I might do that again in a second. Let it just recover from that flash.
Okay.
I'll just delete that one that didn't come out well. I'll save that one. And then I'm going to delete that one. So I'm going to, let's try again. Okay, we'll do the left eye again. Because the thing is, the flash of light makes your pupils, you know, suddenly constrict.
Oh,
Okay, so this should work. It's like the cameras, you know. Right, ready? Just watch the green. Keep very still. Let's see if we grab that. A good enough image. Yeah, that's good enough. That's perfect as well. Good. So I'm going to save those images. Come and have a look. Right. This is the back of your right eye. Nice and healthy.
Wow.
This is the back of your left eye. It looks slightly different because your pupils were much smaller.
Okay.
So there's a lot less light going in, so it's a bit darker, but the actual features are nice and healthy. I have no issues there.
That's
okay.
good.
If I compare it to the time you were here before, you'll see it's just as good. So that was your right eye.
Yeah.
And if you look at your left eye, nice and healthy. So nothing seems to have changed
That's good.
from the last time you were here. Okay?
They almost look like planets.
Yeah. So this is like what we call the 2D image. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the 3D. Come and take a seat for me. So this is the OCT, which is the, as it says here, optical coherence tomography, basically.
Okay.
Normally I would do this, say, for example, if people had family history of things or there was something unusual, you know, that I found in the basic test.
Okay.
Or if someone wanted it.
Yeah.
You know, this 3D scan is optional. It's an extra, you know. But it's very valuable, as I said, for lots of diagnosing lots of things. Yeah. Okay, so in your case, we're just doing it as an option just to
Yeah,
show everyone
yeah.
what it's like, yeah? It's really easy to use. Generally, we don't do it with, because sometimes you have to put drops in people's eyes if the pupils are very small. In your
Okay.
case, your pupils are nice and average,
Oh,
so we
that's
won't need to put drops in.
Okay.
For some people, you know, pupils are quite small, like mine is quite small, so therefore I'm better off putting the drops in.
Bit
And,
dilate
yeah,
them.
exactly. But in this machine, generally, we don't need to put drops in everyone.
Okay.
So generally, I think it should be fine. All right.
Okay.
So we're going to start off. We're going to do sort of what we call a general scan. So I'm going to look at something called your macula, which is the center of vision. Okay. So I'm just going to find the scan that I want for you. Okay. Right. I've already entered your data in, like your age, your date of birth, and your, you know, ID number that we have for you. Okay. So let's pop your chin on this rest. Press your head forward. Now, is that comfy enough?
Yeah.
Now, can you see in front of you a sort of a red line?
Yes.
If you just stare at that red line,
Okay.
it'll then become a green cross.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you look at the middle of the green cross. Okay.
Okay.
So I've adjusted that. Right. So
yeah.
can you see the green cross?
Yeah.
If you just stare at the middle of it, and it's about to take a picture. Okay. 3, 2, 1. It's just about to take a picture. And it's about to take it now. That's it. That's wonderful. It's now going to move on to the other eye, okay? So keep very still. And it will move right on to the other eye. That's a beautiful image, by the way. That's great. So you ready? So again, open your eyes nice and wide. And again, we're going to take a picture. And if you look at the middle of the green cross, just staring at the green cross, it's a beautiful image again. It's about to take a picture. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. That's brilliant. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to take another picture. Okay, so I'm just going to save these.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's taking a picture of sort of the macula, which is the center of your vision. Okay. I'm now going to take an image of a 3D image of what we call your optic nerve, the head of your optic nerve. Now again, look straight ahead. You'll see the red line.
Yeah.
You'll then see a green cross to the side, yeah? So in your case, it'll come to the left-hand side, okay? So let it just come. Can you see the green cross on the left-hand side?
Oh.
Yeah, you can just see it there. If you just stare at that for me, keep watching that green cross. Try not to move, stare at it. You're almost there, and they're going to take a picture about now. That's wonderful, okay? And we're going to do the other eye in a second, okay? So stay where you are. Okay, it's coming up to your other eye now. So, ready again? Just look straight ahead for me for a moment. And again, it's going to take a picture. You'll see the green cross to the side. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yep. Keep very still at that point and just look at the middle of the green cross as much as you can. And it's about to take a picture. 3, 2, 1, almost there. That's wonderful. That's great. Sit back for me. You can relax.
Thank you.
So I'll just say okay, and then we'll have a look. Okay, so let's look at, first of all, something called your macula. So this is the general scan, you know, that 2D image we did in the other camera.
Right.
Yeah, the much smaller image. That one is a bit more magnified, more
Okay.
detail. But we're now going, in this area here, we're going beyond the layers. So this is now called your macula. The retina is thinner than a human hair. And this section is this middle section here. Okay? Now these are all the layers of your retina. Okay? This is showing me that your retinal layers are nice and healthy. So everything looks as it should be. Okay? There's about 11 layers of the retina.
Yeah.
And at this point, a lot of the layers are reduced because this is where you get the concentration of vision.
Okay.
Yeah? And this is where normally things like macular degeneration, this is where you see it, in this area here.
Right.
And it usually affects these sort of bottom layers. But in your case, you're young and healthy, you definitely should not have any problems.
That's good.
So this is your right retina, macular area, and it's nice and healthy, okay? So now let's look at your left eye, okay? Just as beautiful, just as healthy, no problems there. So that's the difference between this 2D image, which is like a flat image,
Yeah.
and a 3D, which goes beyond, like the iceberg, yeah? It's going beyond,
Yeah.
okay? that is like, you know, the closest to the back of the eye as possible.
Gosh.
So these are all your retinal layers, yeah?
Okay.
So again, no problems there, all right?
That's great.
So your macular region is lovely. Now, I've only done a basic scan.
Okay.
Of course, if I found that there was an issue, then we would do more.
Right.
Yeah, this machine's got lots we can do with.
Wow.
I'm only going through something that's basic.
Yeah.
For you, we don't need to do anything more.
Which is
okay?
good.
Which is great, yeah. So now let's look at your optic nerve. So this is the head where the nerve comes out. Now we're just going to move the position so we're in the right place. So that's the place where it's the deepest part, effectively, of your optic nerve. Okay? And that's just a scan showing that it's looking healthy.
Okay.
All right? Okay? And if I do like a quick report, let's see if it gives me that area. Yeah. So you are this black line. So you lie within that value of what we call normal, sort of 95% of norm. So
Right.
your optic nerve is healthy.
That's great.
Yeah. So if I look at the left one of it, hopefully we'll get very similar. So green is good.
Green
Wherever
is
you see
good.
green is good.
Okay.
You just have to worry about red, green, and yellow. In your case, you are all green.
All green.
Yeah.
That's great.
For me, that's good news. All right.
Yeah.
So your optic nerve is nice and healthy. Okay.
That's great.
At the head of it, there's no signs of glaucoma or anything.
Yeah.
So what I would then do is I would then see you every year or every 2 years.
Yeah.
And we would compare.
Yeah.
It's with comparison you see change. Yeah. So for example, if someone has got glaucoma, you may not see it the first time, but the next time you see it, you think, oh, some of these parameters have changed.
Yeah.
Let's look into that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's not so much the first one; it's the continuous ones. Yeah?
Right.
But this is a great tool
Yeah.
for these kind of diseases.
Yeah. Good
And
to have it on file.
yeah,
as well,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. It's always good to have it on file. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you me. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm the person you should see. So let's look at me. Can you see the difference between you and me? My
So is this
dip.
the bit where I had a
Yeah,
dip here?
you had it. But look at my dip. I don't have one. It's been pulled up.
It looks like the reverse.
Yes, exactly. And so this is called a vitreomacular traction. I didn't know I had it until I did this scan.
Gosh.
So my vision is great on the chart.
Yeah.
My 2D image is fine. Yeah, nothing showed that I had it. And look at this.
Which is very different.
Yeah.
To...
So that showed me that my macula is being pulled up. Now, in theory, when I see this on a patient,
Yeah.
you think, oh gosh, I've got to get that looked at.
Yeah.
Now, generally, the port of call is, as long as your vision's not affected,
Yeah.
and as long as there's a grid called an Amsler grid, that shows if there's a problem with this. I looked at my grid, it's fine.
Oh,
as long as
okay.
that's all stable,
Yeah.
then we just watch. Now,
Okay.
two things can happen. This can break off, ping off, and that's fine. This will bounce back down again, and all will be well.
Yeah.
But another thing can happen is that this can pull it right off and cause something called a macular hole. And that will definitely drop my vision.
Right.
And then I would need to see someone.
Especially-
So really, in a case like this, say if you were a patient and I saw this, the first thing I would do is I would get that, first of all, maybe a discussion with a sort of an online eye doctor. Yeah, we have now a system where you've got an ophthalmologist on a WhatsApp, so we can directly send your pictures.
Yeah.
Of course, not giving any other private details, showing him or her this, and then they can let us know how important it is to see them. So in this case, when I did that, I was told, is your vision affected? I said no. Is your Amsler grid affected? No. Are you feeling any symptoms? No. So he said, watch.
Watch it. Okay.
So I did this just a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
So in 6 months' time,
Yeah.
I will do it again. Yeah. However, between now and 6 months, if my vision drops or I have any symptoms, I will do this again, and we will see what's happened.
Yeah, and you've
So-
got the pictures to
Exactly.
compare.
So this is why this OCT is so important, and I'm just like living proof that actually I thought I was fine.
Yeah,
And
you
I'm,
never know.
Yeah, and actually it is fine right now.
yeah.
You know, nothing's really affecting me, but it can go either way. I'm not very worried about it, you know, because it's happened a lot to many people where it's just pinged off and it just settles back down again.
Yeah, but it's better to know. Yeah.
Exactly. And imagine all these years, I might have already had this ages now and I didn't know about it because I've never really had an OCT done. And that's the difference. So I've got many patients on the database that actually their vision was great in there, but when I brought them out here, it was telling me another story. Of course, due to data protection, I can't show you that.
Yeah, of course.
But, you know, it showed me weird and wonderful things that I really didn't realise that was going on. And they didn't realise. So with that in mind, I've had lots of patients referred, you know, because I need to know an opinion. But some I know I can just monitor.
Wow.
All right.
It's interesting seeing the difference.
Yeah, and you can even sort of see the little pimple, can't you? Look, can you see that pimple there?
Yeah.
That signifies that, yeah? And if you turn, it's like a 3D, can you see?
Oh,
You can see the underneath of it. So that takes almost like a cross section.
Yeah.
And you can turn it round and you can see how it is. It's interesting, isn't it, though?
It is.
Yeah?
Oh.
All right.
Yes, it's fascinating.
But in your case, you were nice and healthy.
Glad.
So now, shall we go back into our
Yes,
room?
yeah, of course.
Okay, so just to summarise what we've done, which is quite a lot really. So the ocular health is fine. I showed you, you know, the scans, it was all fine. Your field of vision is absolutely perfect. Your pressures are normal, okay. Front of the eye looks healthy, okay. So I have no issues with this at all.
Great.
Yeah.
Great
If we had issues, we'd do more extra tests, but we don't need to in your case. It's nice and healthy. All right.
Great.
Prescription-wise, you're wearing something that's about 1/4 of a unit too strong.
Okay.
If you're not symptomatic, as in you're not having headaches with it, I would say to you, if you wanted to stick to them, you could. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah? But if we're going to have the second, because you're thinking practical-wise, you want another pair, then the second pair should be made up to what we've got.
Yeah,
Does
I'll
that
do
make
that.
sense?
I'll do that, yeah.
All right. I think that's probably what's important.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you got any questions in all this sort of chit-chat we've done, which is quite a lot?
Gosh. It always makes me wish I'd taken notes.
Do you feel you've understood everything?
I feel like I have.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm learning a lot about the eye as we go, and
because the eye test is simply not just a like a quick 15-minute. It's a
thorough.
health check.
Yeah.
I mean, we spend an hour per patient. I'll tell you that. As long as we're doing the scans and everything.
I did have one thing. It's not related to me.
Yeah.
So with things like pre-diabetes and diabetes. So what is the relation between? Because I've heard that you can see that come up with the eye.
Okay, so what it is so we cannot test you for diabetes.
Right.
But diabetic patients do get something called diabetic retinopathy.
Okay.
So diabetes affects the small blood vessels in your body, doesn't it? Okay.
Right.
So diabetes that's been around for say 10, 12, 15 years, that's slightly uncontrolled, will show up in the eye.
Okay.
But in all honesty, today's generation, meaning the last 20 years, you really shouldn't see it at an optician's without it already being pre-diagnosed.
Right.
Do you understand?
So you wouldn't see it as a pre-diabetic or anything like
No.
Okay.
You'd only see it so some people have uncontrolled diabetes. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter how many tablets or whatever insulin. But the blood vessels in the retina have burst, and that's why you attend a diabetic eye clinic that screens you every year.
Okay.
Yeah? So that bit that we used to do here in an optician's has been now taken over by these clinics under the NHS.
Right,
Yeah?
okay.
So before, about 10 years ago, we used to do the screening.
Okay.
Yeah?
I didn't know
But
that.
now, 10 years or just slightly more actually,
Yeah.
no, it's more than that. But now we don't get involved in it.
Right.
Yeah. So
okay.
a diabetic patient that comes to me,
Yeah.
they will always have had their diabetic screening
Yeah.
under the NHS already.
Right.
If they want another one done, we can do it for them. That's not a problem. But of course, they've already had it done under the NHS, so then they end up having to sort of pay for that test. And then we can always send a report if we feel that there's something wrong.
Okay.
But generally, most diabetics come to us having had regular diabetic eye checks.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because more advanced diabetes can cause hemorrhages in the retina. So where the blood vessel bursts, yeah? It can also cause the nerve fibre, the nerves to burst as well. Yeah,
not good.
So they cause things like cotton wool spots, hemorrhages. These are all part of diabetic retinopathy. That's why diabetes is so important to control.
Yeah.
Because it does affect the retina.
Yeah.
Hence, that's why you see it. So say, for example, high blood pressure. Now, that can be seen quite early on the retina. That image we took, you know, the way the eye would look would not be like what yours looks like, a normal eye. You know, that first image we took. You'd see high blood pressure, you can see it on the retina if it's uncontrolled.
Right.
I've had many people come in.
Can that be in young people as well?
It can be. We have had one ocular emergency where actually the patient had high pressure in the brain.
Oh.
So what the optic nerve, which I measured with you, it looked really swollen, and I could see it on the retina, on the image. But of course, I can't show you that due to data protection. But I saw that, and I sent him literally that moment. We called the ambulance. The ambulance came in.
Oh, thank gosh.
You know, so we've had that come in, and thank
to
God.
See that on an eye test.
That was because he was complaining of severe headaches, and that was intracranial pressure, which then caused something called papilledema, which is you can see it
on the eye.
Yeah. Then you've got the high blood pressure bit that you know you can see the blood vessels burst in the eye. Again, that's blood pressure, and that again is not. It's an emergency. You know, it depends on where and what it is, but it's definitely you need to send them to the GP to get their blood work done. You know, you can have retinal detachments. You've heard of those where the retina peels off. So again, yours is perfect, but you know sometimes you can see half in that moon picture that you saw that looks like the moon. Half of that is sort of really weird and grey, and the other half is normal. So you know a person's having a retinal detachment. But again, they would come in with symptoms, you see.
Yes,
you know, that we would know something was wrong.
But having a checkup as well is just good.
Yeah, so the checkups, if you do it on a regular basis, then we know what your eye is like. And then we know what's normal, and then what's not normal.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of an eye exam. It's not about, you know, selling glasses. It's about looking at your ocular health.
The health.
That's what our practice is. It's about caring for patients.
Yeah,
you know? So that's what we do. Yeah, well, that's
how
the
time is needed. Like 15-minute eye tests, I just can't comprehend.
I never ever do. And I mean, of course, NHS patients don't pay for their eye exam. You know, it's all free.
Yeah.
They will get a routine half-an-hour test. But if they want the scan, then of course they're paying extra for that. Which is fair enough, you know. But they get the basic eye exam. You know, we look at the back of the eye, we check the pressures, we check the front. You know, field of vision. That's done under the NHS. But anything more detailed, then I would discuss with the patient.
Yeah.
But all private eye examinations get this whole shebang.
Okay.
Which is a good hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah.
Oh.
Anything else?
I think that's everything.
That's okay,
yeah.
So we now need to just really decide about your glasses, really.
Yeah,
so we'll go out and we'll sort that out.
Thank you.
All right, come on through.
I was hoping to get. There's a pair over here.
Oh, do you see something you like?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna put them away, but I think I was trying to just find the pair that was most similar to the ones I had.
Okay, let's have a look. Which one do you think?
I thought it was probably these ones are quite similar. I'll just take it off.
They're quite large, aren't they? Long
Yeah, I quite like the nerdy looking ones. Oh.
What about something different like this? Like it's sort of almost like an octagonal.
Oh.
Which is quite unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it gives it because you don't want something too big either. Let's have a look.
Oh no, they make my face look quite square.
Let's have a look. Yeah, I suppose they do, yeah.
Which ones did I just do?
You've got a couple of thousand.
I did these ones, didn't I?
There's that one.
Try the ones at the top.
I'll just lift it
maybe?
up. Go on.
Yeah.
They're quite nice as well.
Yeah, these are quite cute. Oh, I love
nice.
these. Yeah, they're really
I like
cute.
those.
I
They
like
look
how
nice on
nerdy
you.
they are. I love the little Harry Potter look.
Yeah, you can show your camera there. They look quite nice.
Yeah, these are cute. Yeah.
Yeah, they're quite nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be using them for computers and things.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we were talking about the blue sort of filter.
Yes.
You know, the thing with computer screens, they emit quite a lot of light, don't they?
Yeah.
So the blue just blocks out, the blue filter on the glass blocks that out.
Yeah.
That's quite nice, I think.
Oh, I love these.
Yeah.
The pattern here
They're
is
so
really cute
nice,
as
aren't
well.
they?
Yeah.
They're actually very attractive, to be honest.
Oh.
Good, that's
yeah.
great. Okay, let me grab that. You happy with that one?
Yeah.
Right, so what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll just take some measurements.
Okay.
And then you and I can discuss the lenses and the prices.
Sounds perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Come on through.
Cool.
If you look at it, I mean, you can put these on, they've got that nice round. Have a look in the mirror. So you can see that you can't really see the blue filter,
you can't
obviously.
tell,
You
yeah.
can't really see it, obviously. Does that make sense? But when you tilt your head up and down, you can see it maybe slightly. Can you see that little?
I can see
yeah?
in the mirror, just that tint.
And that just takes off that, you know, on your phones and everything, you've got a blue, you must have a blue filter on the phone as well. Because I usually put my blue filter on all the time. It's 20%.
Oh, see, I don't do it on my phones because I get worried when filming that it might corrupt
yeah, so
it.
normally, let's say, for example, if you weren't filming, you'd just have a normal blue filter.
Yeah.
Now, some computer screens have it already embedded in it, but most computer screens don't. So this just takes off the harshness of that blue. Yeah.
I love them so much.
They're nice,
keep looking.
But you can see that blue sheen.
Yes.
Okay, and that will be really good for your eyes. It'll just relax the eye.
Definitely.
Okay, all right.